Hey, welcome to episode 18. Let's take a little trip down memory lane here. These are the pictures of the house before we got our hands on it. Looks a little different. It's April 22nd. April 22nd. We are putting down the subfloor finally. Trying to figure out the best way to do it. Turns out that these aren't the most level joists. They're not way off. That's the door to the apartment, and then you're kind of up against the front door. But the stone walls, the joists near the stone walls haven't moved much, but then the joists that I'm on right now have dipped quite a bit. Yeah. These three pieces here, I haven't screwed them down obviously, but they're level. So on top of this subfloor, we're going to be running more pieces of wood, and then the PEX tubing will go between that wood, and then our finished floor will go on top of that. So the bubble's not perfectly in the center of the level, but it's perfect enough for me. So I got tons of strips of 1/2-inch plywood and 1/4-inch plywood, and I'm gonna just start stripping all of these pieces and just go one sheet at a time. I think that's what we're going with. I know there's lots of different ways that we could have done this. Jacking the whole floor wouldn't have helped. Raising each individual beam would have been quite difficult. So this is what I decided to do. It did end up working out pretty well.
I think Lucas would agree that in the hindsight, removing all the old joists and putting in new ones that were level may have actually been easier.
I would say that's fairly level, right? Strapping that goes across, levels on it. Building it all up basically 1/2 inch, and it's level. But then when they go across, you can see how they don't line up with these. So what I gotta do is pick up the new ones I just put down, make them flush to the other ones, and then shim underneath. If I had the right shims, I think this would be a lot easier. It's level on the right hand side. And then right here, you can see how this has got to come up to be flush with that. And it creates that triangle down there. And the triangle runs for quite a while. What I got to do is piece in pieces as best I can to make it so it's solid. Shimming these was pretty atrocious. I ended up getting the shims you're supposed to use, which made it a little easier. In the end, the floor is not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. I would staple down the shims before gluing. It helped hold them in place and making sure nothing moved. Now when I was putting down the subfloor, I used 3.5-inch screws through the subfloor, through the shim, and into the joist. Really just made everything pretty solid. It was pretty satisfying being able to clean a somewhat level floor. I think Sarah really enjoyed herself here. Had the new shop vac too, so that made it fun. This construction adhesive is no joke. If you get it on your hands will turn black, and it will take about a week for it to come off. see there, we were pretty careful about marking out where the joists were, so I would always hit them with screws. And in the future, when we're putting down the pecs and other layers of subflooring, it should make it easier. Maybe you should research on the internet like how many we should be doing. Just to make sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and try that guy.
What up, Danielle?
Let me snug it up there too. Ended up being about every 6 to 8 inches we would put one of these 3.5-inch screws. Like I said, the floor really seems to be really solid. With the subfloor finally glued and screwed, I was able to move all my tools into the bigger room and that pile of lumber. Mostly just to make room so now I can do the other side of the house. In the entryway and the bathroom, and a lot more demo to do downstairs actually. But it's coming along. This will be the last video that we do for that side of the floor, I think. I'm starting to get bored of editing the same type of video where I'm just doing the floor. There will be more floor, but just don't want to do any more of that floor. But thanks for watching. We got a lot of new subscribers the last couple weeks, and I really do appreciate it. It means somebody out there is watching. So, thanks.